Morning, this is Josh, and we are on our way through the book of Luke, and we're on chapter 6. This is a book that was written by the only Gentile or non-Jew to write a book of the Bible, and Luke is a doctor and friend of the Apostle Paul. He also wrote the book of Acts. Let's take a look at Luke chapter 6. One Sabbath day, as Jesus was walking through some grain fields, his disciples broke off heads of grain, rubbed off the husks in their hands, and ate the grain. But some Pharisees said, "Why are you breaking the law by harvesting grain on the Sabbath?" Jesus replied, "Haven't you read in the Scriptures what David did when he and his companions were hungry? He went into the house of God and broke the law by eating the sacred loaves of bread that only the priest can eat. He also gave some to his companions." And Jesus added, "The Son of Man is Lord even of the Sabbath." Wow. Let's jump over and take a look. Hopefully it's going to load here quickly. I like to read from the Peshita, or the Aramaic, the spoken language of Jesus as well, just to get a feel for the translation and what the words would have sounded like when Jesus spoke them. Let's take a look. So I am at a website called the HolyAramaicScriptures.com. Luke chapter 6. Now it happened during the Shabbat, the Sabbath, while Yeshua walked between the Zare, the grain fields, and his disciples were plucking the shible, the ears, heads of grain, and rubbing them in their hands and eating. Then some from the Frische, the Pharisees, said unto them, "Why do you the thing that isn't shayit, lawful to do during the Sabbath, or the Shabbat?" Yeshua answered and said unto them, "And haven't you read this thing which David did when he was hungry, he and those who were with him?" The computer's running a little slow here today. We're going to give it a second. Verse 4. That he entered into the Beth Allah, the house of God, and he took the lachmed fathured Maria, the bread of the table of the Lord Yahweh, and ate, and he gave unto those who were with him that which wasn't shalit, lawful to eat, except only the Channe, the priests. And he said unto them, The bread Nasha, the Son of Man, is Marad Shabtha, the Lord of the Sabbath. Wow. Very interesting. All right, now let's go over and take a look at the Greek text. The Greek is what many or most scholars believe was the language in which the New Testament was penned, or at least most of it. There is some debate as to whether it was penned in Aramaic first or in Greek first. Greek was kind of like the business language that most everyone that was involved in, or that was educated that was involved in writing anything down would have used Greek. All right, let's take a look at the Greek text. Egeneto de en Sabato, Dio pareostai, auton dia sparamon. It came to pass then on a Sabbath, is passing along he through grain fields, kai epilon oi mathetai autu, and were plucking the disciples of him, kai estion tois staxios, and were eating the heads of grain, suxantes tais xerxen, rubbing them in the hands. Tines de ton sures seon, epon te poete ho, uk exesten tois sabasen, in the hands. Some, however, of the Pharisees said, Why do you that which not it is lawful on the Sabbath? Kai apokrites pros autus epin Jesus. And answering to them, said Jesus, Ude tauto anagenote. Not even this have you read. Ho apesen, David, apate epenasen, autos kai oimet autu, antes. Not even this have you read, that which did David, when was hungry he himself, and those who with him were. Hos eselthen, how he entered, eston oikon tu theou, he entered into the house of God, and the loaves, artus tes prastiosios, lebon, presentation have taken, upsagen, kai edoken, tois met autu, ois uk existen, fogen, me manus tois eres, which not it is lawful to eat, if only to the priests. Kai elegen autois. And he was saying to them, Kurias estin tu sabatu, ho iois toi anthropoi, Lord is of the Sabbath, the Son of Man. Wow, that's a pretty huge statement right there. Jesus is saying that he is the boss or in control of the Sabbath. He is Lord of the Sabbath. Wow. That would have been shocking for them to hear.